What's up, guys? Chris Brown from Train Boston coming at you with another quick wellness moments. So lately, we have been dealing with a need to train online and not in person. And the biggest questions I've been getting is, Chris, what do I need to have a good online training session? Well, whether that be in person, one-on-one with your trainer that you just can't see physically anymore, or you're doing an online group that requires partial equipment, I'm going to cover what are the top things you need to get a good workout and not feel like you're restricted while at home. So first things first, we want to get some load. That's the reason we're continuing to work out, is so we can keep our muscles used to that load, get our type 2 muscle fibers still ready and not atrophying during the times we can't get into our gym. So what do we need? Well, typically we want a pair or a single dumbbell or kettlebell, and we want to have one heavier pair and one lighter pair. If you can't get something that's heavy enough, maybe you want to find something that's a middle ground that you can do most of your exercises with, whether it be higher rep or slower duration or longer time under tension rather. So I got a few things here. We got a kettlebell. I got a 20 kilogram kettlebell. For guys, getting two 20 kilogram kettlebells is probably pretty good for most of your needs, okay? You can get just one of those, or you can get two for optimal. But if you only get one, I know it's a little harder now, that's fine. Then we got dumbbells, 20 pounds. They're a little harder to get, but they are gettable now. You just gotta buy them and wait a few weeks for them. For most guys, if you wanna do bench press, you might need a little heavier. If you wanna use it for squats, you might want a little heavier. But for most guys, you're looking for at least like 40 pounds for the dumbbells, maybe a little more, depending on how strong you are. Typically, you want to get two dumbbells, but if you just get one, that can work too. All right? So those are good. Those are your meat and potatoes. We also want to get bands. Now, these are called super bands, sometimes referred to as mega bands. The brand will differ, but honestly, whatever you buy, most of them are fine. I like to buy from Perform Better or Elite FTS, but basically anything from Amazon will do. Most people are going to want the 1/4 inch, the 1/2 inch, and the 1 inch. This right here is a 1/2 to 1/4 inch. Okay, 1/4 inch is a little easier. You can do lots of stuff with that, and it will get the job done. Most people aren't going to be doing assisted pull-ups in their house. This is the 1 inch right here. So they don't need anything thicker than that for what you're going to be doing at home. Next, we got a medicine ball. This is Dynamax brand. They're the ones that are stitched. They're also a little more expensive, so you could go for different brands on Amazon or a Christian's Fitness Factory, those kind of things. They are okay. Just be careful of the quality of the stitching. Look at the reviews. We like these balls because we want to move them quickly. We don't need heavy medicine balls, especially if you already have a kettlebell or a dumbbell. We want to be able to accelerate this fast, and if we are going to slam it, we want to make sure that it's not going to crush your floor or bounce back and hit you in the face. And finally, one of the things that's nice to have is some kind of pad. Now, this is what we would call like an AirX pad knockoff. Do not bother buying the overpriced AirX pads. Personally, I think it's a waste of money. These ones are half the price on Amazon. You can look at the thickness here. That does the trick. Okay, that's good for putting your knees on the ground. If you got creaky knees and your floor is really hard, it's actually very, very nice. The other thing we can do with this is we can use this as an elevated surface for heels, elevated squats, and forward and split squats, as well as an elevation for a floor bench press. So let's go over a few of those things we can do here. On the floor, you can do a floor press with a kettlebell or dumbbell, 1 or 2, okay? And when I come down, I can bridge until when I come down, I can get more range of motion. So it's a little bit more like being on an actual bench, okay? So that's one of the benefits of having that, as well as just being nicer on your knees when you get down onto the floor, doing ab work or something like that. Medicine balls, you can do all kinds of things with. Medicine balls can be used as a surrogate for squatting or lunging or anything like that, but we can use them specifically for those faster motions or even just not slamming it, but faking the motion across the body. They're also great for a lot of ab work. The band work can mimic rowing really well. So we can do things like band walks laterally, okay, or forward. We can bring it up here for resisted squats, overhead press, bicep curls. We can do a lot with these kind of bands. Dumbbells, of course, we all know what we can do with dumbbells. We can do curls, we can do presses. I usually say if you can press with it over your head, that is the lightest you need. All right, the heaviest you need is going to be for something more akin to a deadlift. Okay, and if you have two, even better, we can load you up double. But even if you only have one, you can always do single arm work. Okay, almost anything that can be done with two can be done with one, and vice versa. The difference is load. We do want to have the ability to load more, but it's not actually essential. And finally, the last thing I tell people, if you can get it, is really nice, is something you can use for a bench. Now this is great, but ottomans work, couches can sometimes work, and anything elevated off the surface like that Aeros pad can work great. I'm going to show you here. This is like an extended ottoman. You can do a bench press like this. And if you're lucky to have something like this, this one right here can actually be used as a real bench press. Don't feel like you have to have the perfect equipment to get a good home workout. Never let perfect get in the way of good. All right, guys, so I hope that gave you a good explanation of what you need or what you really need to have in a home gym workout on Zoom or just at your own pace. If you got any questions, please let me know. If you got any suggestions, other things that you find essential, let me know as well. And as always, be well. Thank you very much.